Actually, when I saw the chapter, I laughed because up to last month, someone asked me to tell them why am I always so joyful and excited,
Yeah.
regardless of the circumstances happening. How I able to smile all the time like that? And the reason is because of, for example, one of the things that jump out at me is that you should showing appreciation to someone or something to be grateful. Gratitude is not for me an exercise. It's actually like a natural attitude. But it came from pain.
Yeah.
Came from pain. One of the things that happened, for example, in the story when he spoke about Ruth and about Naomi and the whole relationship with Boaz and the death of the husband and the father and so forth. That whole thing, right? The death of the father, death of the sons, you know, that pain that caused this person now to become, grateful that I'm going through this pain. I'm going to go back to my home, but hey, here is somebody who can appreciate me. Here is somebody who I can work with, and that is my life story.
Mm.
Actually, that is why it kind of jumped out at me, and I smile as I said, because of how I was brought up, because of my life story. That is like an orphan. I was brought up like
Yeah.
an orphan. And people look at an orphan as someone who needs plenty of help. So I grew up where I had to have a bus pass from the government and I would travel on the bus for free, right?
Yeah.
Because of this, because I was considered an orphan. And there would be people who will send money for me and help me and so forth. And I was moved from one family to the next to raise me.
Yes.
But do you know, inside of that, and I realized that even when I looked at when I start connecting with youth, and I realized the pain that a lot of youths who had the same challenges or who grew up under the same challenges, the pain that they had, I realized, wait a minute, they couldn't move from that pain to actually be grateful for the things that are actually happening inside of them or with them. They didn't see the parts of them or the things that happened, the experiences that were really good. So I realized, wait a minute, I have to actually show them this. So
Yeah.
inside of that, where people say, okay, you're moving from one home to the next, and you're moving from, and people look at it as weird. That is trauma. That is stress. That is enough to be resentful and to be disappointed in life or God or people, you know? And even as I was telling people, okay, the first time I met my dad, I was 19, I was a big man working. But do you know that after that, I befriended my dad. I became his friend. I buried him. I took care of him after, even though he left the scene. My mom died 3 months after I was born. So all of these things, this pain, I could be disappointed and resentful and all these things. But what I realized inside of that pain, here were the things that happened. I used to drive on the bus for free. Thankful. Hey. I was given freedom to help discover things, to innovate. So I will take wire and batteries and bulb and I will make things and connect and make flashlight with a Colgate box and connect wires in a kitchen coop and make light for the kitchen for the chickens in the chicken coop. I mean, that was I was excited. I would take the pans that had the milk in, empty pans, and I will make a
Yes.
drum set out of it. So that was me expressing gratitude or thankfulness, but in the circumstances, but I was expressing thankfulness for what I had, not what I didn't have, what I had. Here's another thing. In the yard that I grew up had a lot of fruit trees. So I grew up picking fruits and giving to my cousins to go to the market to sell. So I went long time when we were small, we will play like shop or we'll play family or things like that. And we'll make paper money. Take little pieces of paper and you'll draw $100 or $1 or $5. I had real money to play shop with because people used to send money to me as a kid in primary school. So this gratitude and this thankfulness, wait a minute, inside of this, I had all of these things. There were people who wanted me to come and stay by them to help them. Right? One of the families who took care of me I was a good friend of mine. We used to go to school together, high school together, and I would just come and stay a little vacation time, August, July, August, spend a little time with them, go back home. And then after a while, the parents realized, wait a minute, the lady I was staying with, who was my cousin, who was like a parent now, she was a cleaner. And of course, she had her children also, plus me, right? And it was challenging for her. And they asked her, could they take me and care for me? And he will live with me as a teenager, right? And she said, yes, no problem if you want to. And these people had their own stores. So they were entrepreneurs. And they took me in as their children, their child. So that was like mom and dad, number two. So I was learning business from them. I mean, it was like, wow, that's plenty to give thanks for. And they can say, oh, you have to go and look by somebody else. And they can look at, but hey, they had their own cousins, and those were my cousins now. I mean, that's the kind of thing. And then there was another family after that. So I look inside of this situation. What stood out to me is where he was showing where the uncommon achiever actually does this verbally, to give thanks verbally, give thanks privately, publicly, generously. Do you know that one of my special gifting is giving? If you come by my house, you would not, and you spend some time as a friend, you would not leave without having something in your hand. Fruits, something from the fridge. Somebody came yesterday, and even though if you bring something, I will give you. So your generosity is normal. Thankfulness is normal. Okay, but here's the big part. Gratitude is one of the big secrets to prosperity. Gratitude. Not just saying thanks, but an attitude, an internal attitude of gratitude. The feeling of it, the enjoying of it, as he pointed out, which is another thing that stood out to me when he said children, talk about children. Children celebrate, children appreciate. Children enjoy Christmas. It's fun for them. All right? And I have a secret pet peeve with this. I plan one day to celebrate Christmas from the 1st of December to the 31st of January. Because I enjoy Christmas like a child.